Hello and good morning. I'm Nikita Sahai on Republic TV, and it's time to get you some international stories from across the globe. But let's get you the headlines first. Russia and Ukraine trade blame over plane crash that killed all 74. France farmer protests. Prime Minister offers key concessions after roads around Paris blocked. Top UN court orders Israel to prevent genocide in Gaza but stops short of ordering ceasefire. Massive demonstrations in Yemen in support of Palestine and resistance. Taking on Trump, Biden promotes infrastructure decade in Wisconsin. Now, Russia and Ukraine are accusing each other of shooting down a Russian plane with 74 people on board, including 64 Ukrainian prisoners of war. Ukrainian officials have confirmed that a prisoner exchange was set to take place but was cancelled later on. More about it in this report.
Ukraine and Russia are accusing each other of shooting down a Russian plane with 64 Ukrainian prisoners of the war. However, neither side is offering proof of their accusation. Russia's top investigative agencies probing the crash, terming it as a terrorist attack.
Намеренным, продуманным преступлением. Руководство Украины прекрасно знало о маршруте и способе транспортировки солдат к месту заранее согласованного обмена. Он должен был состояться вчера, 24 января, во второй половине дня. Это уже не первая подобная операция, однако на сей раз киевский режим по каким-то необъяснимым любому здравомыслящему человеку причинам решил ее сорвать, причем самым варварским способом.
Ukraine, however, is calling for an international investigation into the matter.
Ukraine emphasizes that in accordance with international law, Russia bears full responsibility for the lives of Ukrainian prisoners of war. We insist on conducting an international investigation to establish all the circumstances of this incident.
Ukraine further says Russian officials did not provide proper information regarding the plane transporting the prisoners.
That according to the laws of warfare, military transport aircraft of the armed forces of the Russian Federation is a legitimate military target. Mr. President, on 24 January 2024, a prisoners of war exchange between Ukraine and Russia was supposed to take place, but it did not happen. The Ukrainian side fulfilled its obligations. Russian POWs were timely transferred to the agreed location and were waiting in safety for the exchange. The Russian side was supposed to ensure the same level of safety of the Ukrainian captured servicemen. At the same time, the Ukrainian side was not informed of the need to secure the airspace in the area of Belgorod city during this specified period, as has been done repeatedly in the past. The situation we are dealing with effectively took place in several regions. Ukraine was not informed about the number of vehicles, routes, and means of transportation of the captives. This alone may constitute intentional actions by Russia to endanger the lives and safety of the prisoners.
Families of the victims are devastated and heartbroken over this.
Руки і все, і ми кудись полетіли. Летіли приблизно годин 4, потім посадили його і ще набирали людей, тому що було чутно, як заходять інші хлопці, їх теж перематують скотчем. І потім ми знову ж таки кудись полетіли і опинились, я так розумію, ближче до точки обміну, але ніхто нам не казав там де, що, коли, ну тобто не розуміли зовсім.
Families are becoming fearful of prisoner exchanges in the future.
Але теж години 4 приблизно до точки обміну. Потім нам сказали знімати шапки зі скотчем, і я побачив, що ми в якомусь полі. А після хвилин 20 очікування зайшов український військовий і сказав, типу, хто не зняв, знімайте шапки і буду перевіряти вас по спискам. І це було просто неможливо передати почуття, які ми на той час.
Agency Report, Republic TV.
Now, French farmers are protesting against a decade of financial woes made worse by unfair competition and mounting costs. The protest is a desperate cry for survival. The farmers are demanding the government to provide relief. Take a look at this report.
Farmers are protesting across France, blocking roads with their tractors in various regions. Farmers in rural France are seeking government measures to protect the agriculture sector from the foreign competition. Nicolas Galopin, a French farmer, expresses concerns over the agricultural community's challenges.
En ce moment, on a eu depuis 10 ans, là juste un an assez favorable en 2022.
Rising costs, bureaucratic hurdles and taxes burden the farmers.
Ça fait 10 ans que de toute manière on n'est pas payé à notre juste valeur. Et puis ce qui nous fait hyper mal au cœur, c'est la concurrence qui vient d'autres pays qui ne respectent pas nos normes.
Farmers and union leaders also complain about being underpaid.
Le prix du blé, il a été divisé quasiment par 2 en 1 an et demi, alors que les charges sont restées très élevées à la suite de la guerre en Ukraine et de l'inflation qui s'est produite juste derrière. Donc on a un effet ciseau sur les prix, des charges qui restent élevées et des prix de vente qui sont bas.
Galopin and others describes competition from other countries as unfair. As the protests approach Paris, farmers are at a crossroad, seeking relief and demanding answers from the government. Agency Report, Republic TV.
Now, the United Nations top court has asked Israel to try to contain death and damage in its military offensive in the Gaza Strip. The decision comes in South Africa's case accusing Israel of genocide, asking for immediate suspension of military activities in the Gaza Strip. More about the story in this report.
In a preliminary ruling, the International Court of Justice has stopped short of ordering a complete ceasefire in the Gaza Strip.
The court is acutely aware of the extent of the human tragedy that is unfolding in the region and is deeply concerned about the continuing loss of life and human suffering.
Israel's Prime Minister rejected the genocide charges filed by South Africa.
Israel's commitment to international law is unwavering. Equally unwavering is our sacred commitment to continue to defend our country and defend our people. Like every country, Israel has an inherent right to defend itself. The vile attempt to deny Israel this fundamental right is blatant discrimination against the Jewish state, and it was justly rejected. The charge of genocide leveled against Israel is not only false, it's outrageous, and decent people everywhere should reject it.
South Africa thanked the top UN court for taking steps to protect the innocent civilians in Gaza.
The saving of life is not merely with respect to having a ceasefire, it's to ensuring that humanitarian aid is provided to those who need support, as well as ensuring that the State of Israel, which is currently the occupier and administrator in Palestine, provides the necessary basic services that the residents of Gaza and the West Bank require.
Palestine officials also welcomed the International Court of Justice decision.
We call in all states to ensure that all provisional measures ordered by the court are implemented, including by Israel, the occupying power. This is a binding legal obligation. States now have clear legal obligations to stop Israel's genocidal war on the Palestinian people in Gaza and to make sure that they are not complicit. The ICJ order is an important reminder that no state is above the law.
The ongoing offensive in Gaza has already driven nearly 85% of Palestinians from their homes. Provisional measures by the World Court are legally binding, but the question is, will Israel comply with them? Agency Report, Republic TV.